Hey everyone! I hope you're joining me here today for some delicious food. We have got some pan-fried trout that we're going to put together. We are going to do some roasted broccoli and red onions. We are going to make an extra lemony lemon curd using this. We're going to make some Tuscan stuffed zucchini boats. We're going to do all that in short order because, you know, we're hungry. So this is going to be super fast and furious, and I've got my lovely mini-me. There's my mini-me. She's joining me tonight. She's going to make the zucchini boats because that's her thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my air fryer started. So I have just got my broccoli covered in olive oil and donair. Hey Shelly, hey Phyllis. So we have got a whole bunch of broccoli oiled up and covered in donair. If you haven't tried it yet, you're gonna need to because it's crazy good, okay? So the other thing I had is when I cleaned the fridge, I found part of a red onion. So I just oiled that and threw donair on it as well. So now my daughter can just reuse the same bowl. It's gonna be fine. It's just gonna add extra flavor to her zucchini boats, and we have less dishes, right? Less dishes is a total win. So I'm gonna hand her the bowl. I'm gonna take, oh, she's gonna go to the air fryer. Oh, look at that. I have like an air fryer. Woo!
I dropped it, we're good.
Oh, we almost lost our dinner. Okay, so then we'll start it for 5 and then we're gonna turn it.
5 minutes?
Yeah. So what I've done in advance is we cleaned up some zucchini. We just sliced them down the middle, and then we used a little melon baller. This is like way old school epicure from a million years ago. We used a little melon baller to pull out the middle of the zucchini. And now Alexa is gonna take over. We've got the middle parts of the zucchini just chopped up. We're gonna put that in there, and then she's gonna take over. Now I wanna talk to you, as she's doing this, I wanna talk to you about Costco. Come on into the camera, honey.
Feta.
Costco feta. Anybody ever buy those giant, like, vats of feta from Costco? I used to buy those all the time, and they would go bad. And I'd be like, it went bad before the expiry date. So one time when I took one back, the lady at Costco told me, you know what? That expiry date is the date that it will still be good if you haven't opened it, not the date that it's good to when you open it. So after that, I was like, oh my gosh, now I know better. So when I get that big giant vat of feta home from Costco, I break it up into little chunks like this, and I throw it in tin foil in my freezer. And then we want feta cheese. I just take out a chunk, and I can get like a ridiculously massive amount of feta cheese in my life. Keep speaking off camera. I can get a ridiculously large amount of feta cheese in my life without it going bad. So there's a little hack for you. She is putting some chopped sun-dried tomatoes into our zucchini, and then we're actually going to go with Tuscan. I want to know, what seasoning would you put? Now, if you're not familiar with epicure, tell me what you would use that isn't epicure. I really should be sponsored by Costco. That's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Costco and Epicure and my garden and the farmer's market, like everything I eat comes from there.
Superstore, and that's it.
So we're gonna put Tuscan in. When I was old school, I used to put in urban garlic. Maybe that's your favorite.
Dip mix.
Yeah, the urban garlic dip mix. So
Right.
she's gonna go in with a couple teaspoons of Tuscan, which is only available in the summer catalog. It says Tuscan chicken burger, but we don't care that it says chicken burger because that's not relevant to cooking with it, right? Everybody agree with me? The fact that it says chicken burger is not at all relevant. It's not a burger. I don't think we've ever made a chicken burger, but it really does make the very best Italian meatballs ever. So, all right. Now, seriously, all we need to do is shove that zucchini meat. I don't know how she's going to shove it with that, but she's going to shove the zucchini meat into the zucchinis, and I'm going to get started on our lemon curd. So we're going to make an extra lemon curd today because I really like my lemon curd to be dramatic. Who else likes a dramatic lemon curd? I don't want my lemon curd to just talk to me. I want it to like, woof-hoo.
Yeah, well, exactly that. We're going to have lemon flavored
I'm having lemon flavored oxygen almost at this point. I didn't mean to dump lemon fluff in the air. That was not the plan. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use lemon instead of water in our lemon curd, okay? So let me just grab a knife. Got a little knifey knife here. I gotta cut my lemon. Don't know where my other ones are, but that one's in my visibility. Okay, so in the lemon curd we go. Lemon juice. I don't know what it even says anymore because I always just wing it. What does it even say? Half a cup of water. So we're gonna go in with half. Ooh, souvlaki, Lori, that would be good.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, half a cup of lemon juice instead of the water is a lot of lemon juice. Here we go. I emptied a trailer today. It was the same trailer I moved here with. It wasn't very big, but it had a lot of invasive plants in it. And I went to the dump and I emptied it today. That was my entire day. And then I was tired and then I rested. And now I could squeeze. I'm being a lame arse trying to squeeze the citrus press. It's not the citrus press. It's working beautifully. It's just that I am so darn tired. If I tried to do that without a citrus press, it would be a nightmare. Okay, so now we have got our lemons, and I have left I squeezed out lots of little lemony bits because I really want that. I want it to be a dramatic curd. Now, I don't know if that was a half a cup of lemon. What do you think? Probably not, hey guys? Anybody, who knows how much lemon is? I think it's 3 tablespoons per lemon. So we don't have a half a cup of lemon, so we're just gonna keep going. If anybody knows how much lemon juice is actually in a lemon, I think that's pretty close. Now what I'm gonna do, what I just did, hey Catherine, I just cut the knob off of my lemon because it's gonna make it easier for me to squeeze because the little knob end can get in the way. So look at that. I just got a ton out of there. Get the rest. Whew. Okay, we're gonna put in the rest of our lemon because here's the deal. It can't be bad. It just might be a little bit tart and maybe it takes you longer to eat it. But we are not going with just the 3 eggs. With the extra lemon juice, we're actually gonna throw an extra egg in and our curd is gonna go so much longer. So my daughter is gonna come over here and show you her zucchini bugs. Can you give them a rundown again of what you did there?
The guts of the zucchini and feta and sun-dried tomatoes and Tuscan chicken burger, and I think that's it.
Okay, so that is now going to go into the microwave. Normally we would cook them like 25 minutes in the oven, but it's hot and that's gross. So we're not going to do the oven. We're going to steam them for 5 minutes and then we will crisp them in the air fryer. Hey Lynn, so pretty sure I'm trying to make lemon curd with hard-boiled eggs. Yeah.
How long?
Oh, and of course
Oh my goodness.
that one was not a hard-boiled egg, and I was in the habit of just tapping the hard-boiled eggs. So we have a little egg on the counter situation going on. 5 minutes, please. So I was supposed to eat those hard-boiled eggs for lunch. Yes, 20 seconds in the microwave for your lemons is brilliant. Mine had been on the counter, which is why I didn't nuke them. But that is an absolute hack. Everybody got to do that if you don't, because you certainly get way more lemons, especially if you're keeping them in the fridge. So I've only got 3 eggs. Hang on, I need one more. Egg number 4 going in. There we go. So we've got 4 eggs, half a cup. This is my gross lemon towel. Don't touch anything with this towel. We've got half a cup-ish, 2.5 lemons. I'm a really messy whisker. Okay, there we go. The other thing you can do with your lemons is if they're, I would have got more juice out of them as well had I rolled them. I washed them so I could, get the delicious essential oils out of the skin without any badness. Okay, there we go. Now this is gonna have to wait because our microwave is busy. So I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna go on to making our trout. Now, my my daughter has moved into our beautiful little bunkie. Oh, now we're gonna stir the air fried broccoli. Now I'm going to make our trout in this. This is seriously the most amazing pan. It came in one of my leader kits and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? They've given me that pan as a gift as a leader. And it is my, like, I don't know what they call it. It is my everything pan. That's not what it's called, but it's called the Saute pan. So if you're looking for the best pan ever, you can certainly buy this pan. You can get it half price of the class. Or if you decide to hook up with Epicure as a side hustle this month, whether you want to make $100, whether you want to make $5,000 or whatever in between, this pan is yours for free. I don't think we have ever given away something this big for free, but we are on a roll. We are growing like crazy, and we are excited to get this into everybody's hands. So that's what I'm going to do with my pan.
I got scared.
I wanted it.
I know I got scared.
My daughter turned my burner off that I turned on for myself. She got scared. I'm gonna, thank you, saute pan. Now I'm gonna warm my burner through a little bit first. I wanna get this hot before I put my fish on because I wanna get a nice sort of crisp. Now you don't have to grease this pan, but I am because I'm trying to get a crispy fish skin. So I'm gonna let that warm up before I put my fish on it. Okay, so look at that, we're getting the house cleaned up. So tell me about your day, everybody. I want to know, what are you having for dinner? I always want to know where you're watching from, and I want to know what you're having for dinner. Okay, so I live in Nova Scotia, and I have unbelievable humidity at my house. Thank you, Amanda. I have unbelievable humidity, and I left my lemon pepper open. Now I need to get that loosened up, because we don't have fillers and craft. No, I'm going to just get my other jar in. Can you get my other jar from over there? I'm going to get my lemon pepper loosened up, but I'm not going to do it with you. If your stuff gets clumped, that's just kind of how it goes. Here, there's no secondary lemon pepper there. Let me just look over here. I know there's a second lemon pepper. Can you look in the other drawer? Oh, Hamilton, awesome. Oh, you're having donaires tonight. Oh, I love that, Tammy. I'm having donaire meat on broccoli because, you know, every single time we go to Costco, we come home with a giant bag of broccoli, and the only thing we do with that entire massive bag of broccoli is 3 meals of roasted broccoli for the 2 of us. You wouldn't believe the size of the bowl that I filled of roasted broccoli for tonight. Okay, just find something else instead. So we're going in a new direction. You guys tell me, what would you put on your pan-fried trout? Because the seasoning I was going to use, I want to sort of clean up, and I can't right now, and my backup is missing. Tell me what you would be putting on here. I'm going to start it frying. But I want to know what you would put on your trout. I'm not doing that. So tell me what you would be putting on here, everybody. We just put this in my pan, put it in my lovely saute pan, getting rid of that. Anchovy lime, oh my gosh, Deborah, the only reason I wanted to make corn tonight was to put anchovy lime oil on it. Look at this. You and I, my girl, this is a bowl of anchovy lime oil that sits on my counter perpetually. Every time I use it up, I make more because I'm obsessed. And anchovy lime oil is how I finish any dish that just needs a little kick in the end. The anchovy lime oil is my go-to answer all the time. So, you know what? I'm actually cooking this a little bit too soon. Are they starting to tenderize? We're just going to check that the zucchini is starting to tenderize.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now that the zucchini is tenderized, we know that we can finish it in 5 minutes in the air fryer. So what else? What other suggestions? We have tarragon dressing, lemon dilly. I know my daughter suggested lemon dilly, and I just wasn't feeling it.
Creamy yogurt and lemon dilly. Wow.
What about West Coast burger? Okay, I'm going to go with West Coast burger because I opened the drawer and it jumped at me. So, you know, let's try that. I'm just going to sprinkle some on here as it's sitting in the pan. This could be one. We have, oh, yes, thanks. We have a guest for dinner tonight, and I think our food will be ready long before she is here. Oh well. Now let's get our lemon curd made. Oh, what?
I thought there was a spatula across.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're going to cook that for 30 seconds. Now Shelly has seen me do this before, where I start my lemon curd in the microwave, and then I forget about it, or I cook it. Uh-oh, did you just lose the sound? Or is it because I walked out of the weird place? Oh, maple miso would be delicious. Oh, I shouldn't. So this is how much, this giant bowl, look at it compared to my house. This is how much broccoli we did. This bowl was full to the top before I put it in the air fryer. That's how good that donair broccoli is. Okay, so what's happened in the past is I have put my lemon curd in the steamer for a little bit too long without whisking it. And then I have curdled eggs or cooked eggs. Thank you, Shelly. It must have been when I moved around the corner. So I'm going to just do this 30 seconds at a time until the eggs start to cook, and then I can go for longer. Now, of course, the packages say to do it on the stove. But if you're me and you cook on the stove, you burn, you boil over, you have disasters. I had so many boiling over, frying, cooking disasters. So this is why I use my air fryer and my steamer exclusively, and I use my stove very little. So those are starting, those are doing their thing. I think that's going to be delicious with the West Coast burger. I still want to know all of your suggestions for another time. I gotta turn this down. I was gonna, like, guys, I gotta turn the fish off. It's way too early. My meal is ready so fast. You have sound back. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna get this ready. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Okay, so about one, maybe another 30 seconds. Whoopsie, need my lid. You can put that bowl away. So the air fryer broccoli, depending on how much you have, sometimes you might need a little bit more time, but typically my air fryer broccoli is about 10 to 12 minutes. I want it to be a little bit crispy. So we're not going to complete it all the way. We're going to put the last 2 minutes on it just as we eat, so that we can keep it crispy as we serve it. So I want to show of hands, who's had roasted broccoli before? Anybody? Roasted broccoli, tell me who's had it. And I also want to know, did you have broccoli as a kid and think it was disgusting?
No.
Who had, well, my daughter's saying no. Oh, thank you very much, because that's because I cooked broccoli right.
Introduced to all foods properly.
Who had broccoli and it was like, it was like, the grossest, like, overcooked, disgusting thing, the way your parents cooked it, and you're like, oh my God, torture me with that horrible stuff. Ooh. So that's why I roast my broccoli. I almost never do my broccoli any other way because I'm traumatized by some of the broccoli I ate as a child. I love you, Mom and Dad, or whoever cooked the broccoli. So here's the other thing. I grew up in the Yukon, you guys, and we ate a lot of moose, a lot of rabbit, and a lot of cabbage, because that's the cabbage and potatoes were the main crops that my dad could grow. So we ate a lot of those things. So I don't remember, I was going with my shirt. Oh, yes, okay. So my parents wanted to introduce us to asparagus. We got most of our vegetables from like hours away. Like our vegetables came from Whitehorse, which was like 4 hours from where I was living, over this road, this highway. It was a 4-hour trip. So we only did that like every few months, right? We'd go to the big city that had a Dairy Queen. It was very exciting. So anyway, we would go there, and the only vegetables we ate, 99.9% of our vegetables, or at least it felt like it, were grown by my dad, or they came out of a can. Who's had asparagus out of the can? I want to see your shock or your, if you love that, great. I want to see your emoji reactions to asparagus in a can if you've ever had it. If you haven't had it, save your money. Nobody's had asparagus out of a can? You're also freaking lucky. Please don't ever do it. It's like asparagus that when you pick it up, it folds on itself and it's kind of brown. It is the most terrifying thing I've ever eaten. Ugh. So gross. Thank you, Lori. Somebody else has experienced asparagus from a can. Like, seriously, if that's the only thing that people ever have, they have no idea how great asparagus is. And of course, the first thing I did when I put in my food forest, I love it. Everybody is grossed out by asparagus in a can. Why does that exist? So the first thing I did when I put in my food forest is I planted a ton of asparagus. Now you can see I got through the first couple of minutes of heating my eggs. Now I'm doing my lemon curd a minute at a time because I'm not worried about my eggs sort of cooking into a congealed mess. So the other thing I totally was shocked that even existed, potatoes in a can. Did you know that potatoes? Shelley, yes, the fancy church sandwiches that were like the crusts were cut off and they were in triangles with like some cream cheese and stuff. Oh, I can't even imagine, you guys. But I didn't know that potatoes came in a can. Like, what in the actual heck? The potatoes are in a can. They're so cheap and easy. Anyway, let's trim that broccoli off and switch to the zucchini boats because it smells like it's almost done. Good, itchy stomach. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so I've calmed down my fish and I'm gonna just like hit it again when we're right at the time of eating. I'm gonna check this, look at that. I got it 2 minutes left because who's got time for that nonsense? Okay, so now I have a thickened, I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, baby, a lovely thickened lemon curd hamming. Yeah, right? And this is the thing. If people have only ever had some of these vegetables from a can, like green beans from a can, the last time I had that, I was like, what in the hell is this? What is this and why does it exist? Now, maybe that was a bad version. I have to tell you. I want to know, who likes jalapenos? This is another one of those pre-cooked products that's kind of terrifying. So put your zucchini boats in and in we go. Jalapenos, like pickled jalapenos, most of them are terrifying. But if you're looking for a really good one, Mazzetta jalapenos, I swear by those. So our dinner's pretty much done, except our zucchini is soggy and not roasted because we had so much in the air fryer. So I may be feeding my guest. Okay, Lex says it'll be fine. I hate serving people food that isn't amazing. Anyway, so we've got our broccoli air fried with donair. We have our zucchini boat stuffed with Tuscan. And then we've got West Coast burger on our salmon, and that's dinner. So, oh, and our lemon curd. I'll just show you this in a second. Yes, see, green beans in a can are so gross. So all the people that think vegetables are gross have probably had the ones from the can. So I feel so bad for people if they've only had that.
How long?
5 minutes. Okay, my lemon curd is thick and done. We've got a beautiful, beautiful lemon curd here. We will go out and harvest some fresh blueberries for the garden to put on our lemon curd. We'll just let that sit aside and cool down. But that's just gorgeous. I have to lick that spatula in a minute. There we go, guys. Look at that beautiful lemon curd, nice and thick. The cool thing about the extra egg, if you do it, it gives you a really thick curd that stands on your spoon, and when it cools down, it'll be even thicker. Canned peas! Yes! Oh, they're dramatic! My daughter's never had these things. She's looking at me like she doesn't even understand the concept because she's never eaten any of the vegetables this way, so she doesn't know how terrible they are. Okay, so there's my line. Have an amazing day. I'll throw a photo of the food up when it's all done. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, everybody. Bye.